This sector has been battered by the COVID-19 for the last 2 years now. So this sector, they actually want to hear more what the president will say about their sector and how are they going to be helped in terms of getting their sector back to normal. We are in Graskop today this morning because this is one of the areas that is actually loved by many people across South Africa. People love to come here and visit this area, but we have seen the number going down of tourists coming into this area. But we've also seen a number of restaurant guest houses closing down in this area because of COVID-19, because they're not getting those tourist numbers that they were expecting to get. You know, even in December they were expecting to get huge numbers, but they didn't get those numbers. This morning here, the streets are quiet, Desiree. I can tell you that the streets are quiet. Not tourists are coming into this tourist town that is known the countrywide. But let's speak to the leaders in the tourism sector. Marvin, you are one of the people that owns restaurants in this area, but COVID-19 has affected you guys. How has it impacted you and your business?
Well, look, before COVID, the town used to be really busy. We had lots of tourists, both international and local. And after the president announced the first lockdown, which we all understood, he was looking out for the best interests of all the people in South Africa, that just led to a devastating turnout in Graskop, where everybody stopped coming here. And it was actually getting better. And then with further lockdowns and further restrictions, he basically suffocated us, and businesses couldn't operate, because what's the point in opening every day and the streets are empty? I had 4 successful businesses that service tourists internationally and nationally throughout the country that used to come here on holiday weekends and in the weekdays, but I had to close 3 of those restaurants. I was forced to, because there was just no people. So we expect our president to come out strong tomorrow in the State of the Nation address and tell us exactly what his plan is, and give us confidence that he's going to bring back all these tourists and start making South Africa a haven for tourists. Graskop is beautiful. It has many waterfalls. We've got the Gorge Lift. We have lots of restaurants. We have the 3 rondavels, and we want our president to give us more confidence that he's going to build this sector that has been hit very, very hard.
Okay, Marvin, thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's speak to Carla also. Carla is also one of the business owners here. Carla, you're also impacted hugely by the COVID-19. What do you want to hear from the president when he addressed the nation tomorrow? What is the message that you want to hear from him, saying that, you know, we're going to rebuild the sector, and what are those measures that you want to hear from the president to ensure that, you know, your sector is back to where it used to be?
Well, what we would like to hear is that, the economy is going to be open, tourism is going to be open, that everything, all the restrictions, must be really relaxed, because at the moment, our businesses have lost 80% of their turnover. Our town has been devastated, basically. Not only the businesses, but the community. There's been a lot of hunger, a lot of unemployment. We've started a feeding scheme in a couple of restaurants, and we were feeding 400 people a day. For a little town like this, it just shows that we really, really have been terribly impacted by this. And I mean, not only that, but I've got a little shelter here, and we've had to take in animals from the street because the owners cannot feed these animals. And we really want the president to bring back international tourism, because that's our bread and butter. South African tourists are in the same boat as we are. They don't have the cash available. They can come on holiday, but they cannot maybe frequent the restaurants 2 or 3 times a day, during their stay. So we need a lot of help here in our town. Thanks.
Carla Gibson, thank you so much for speaking to us. You know, Desiree, these are the people that have been hugely impacted by the COVID-19, but also they're saying that they want to hear a message to the president, what he will be doing to ensure that this sector actually go back to where it used to be. They have lost 80% of their revenues due to COVID-19, and they have still not recovered. Marvin was telling us that he has to close restaurants. That means that he has to also close these 3 restaurants, but also let go of a lot of people that are feeding a lot of people in this community. It's a very small town, and they are depending mostly on tourists, and tourists are not coming to this town.